I'm afraid. Afraid of judgment. And I believe many of us are afraid. Afraid of not meeting expectations and of not being enough. But every time I'm confronted with such fear, I know that I must take this step. The step into the unknown, the new and the imperfect. Because such fear comes from the outside. It is defined by societal norms and it tries to maintain an illusion of ease, security and ongoing success. Our relationship with failure and time is what I want to break free from. The world around me is so incredibly fast, often I feel left behind and lost. All I can be is myself. Because we can never fill an inner emptiness from the outside. The truth is that the modern human is very much powerless in his relationship to the outside world. When do we lose our patience? Because we cannot be impatient with nature. Things take time, success takes time. Perhaps success should not be defined in monetary terms, but as meaning in life, a certain freedom to do the things that are worth doing. Isn't even the bravery to do the things that you've always wanted to do also a form of success? We have lost our sense of what we are capable of what is possible, because we have always the end goal in mind and no longer we see the process. Fear of showing the process because the process is not perfect, but it is real. But the process gives ourselves some sense of connection, a way in which we feel connected to the world. I am walking the path that gives me strength and energy and above all, meaning in life. Because that meaning arises from actively engaging in projects worthy of love. I have only this one life, only the morning, only the day ahead of me. Only when I would detach myself as much as possible from these external influences and find the connection to myself, my inner voice, and I follow my drive, then I can truly be myself. All I can do is try, no more and no less. We can all only try. The morning is the sacred part of the day for me. Before I head to my work, I try to create space for myself. Space for my dreams, for my inner voice. The voice that tells me I don't want to be just a stranger in this world. I want to rediscover myself every day, connect with my body, connect with my consciousness, who I am. That urge to discover myself is motivated by wonder and curiosity, because I have nothing to lose, only to gain. This is the moment for me to feel and pause from all that's happening around me, which path I want to take, how my body speaks to me. I am my body and my body is me. My ego always drowned out that voice before. You're not good enough for that, Daniel. It's too late for that. But the inner voice grew louder until I could no longer ignore it. And for a few weeks now, I fully embraced it and felt the power and energy flow through me, detached from external expectations, and I try to dance. And the dancing isn't perfect, it's just an attempt. Because to be good at something, you have to be brave enough to practice it for a while. But to get closer to my dreams, I can only do one thing: try. And I can give myself time, the time it takes to become a dancer. There are no shortcuts, I can only try and try. so I've become a new person. I've followed the voice, and this connection with it gives me the energy to evolve every day.
Hund. Nice. Das ist richtig Katze. Katze. One. Blue. This game is just to warm up the brain. Like, first it's coordinative because you have to catch the ball, and at the same time you also have to think. C was left or right, B was left or right, blue and yellow was left or right. It's really fun, and it's also really nice to just like start with the session.
It took years to recognize who I am and what I want to share with this world. But what has always been clear to me, however, is that change is possible. We just need to be brave enough to take that step into the unknown, into the new, into the imperfect. My task in this world is not to show people this, but to make them feel it, to let them experience that they can. And once they've had that experience, they can embrace it. They feel that they are strong, brave and powerful. And that experiences changes the preconception of themselves, and it will dissolve before it can rise again as something new, something better. All these tools for change that I give to people are not just tools, but so much more. A handstand is not just a handstand, it's a teacher and a mirror for so much more. How do I deal with frustration? Can I be patient and persistent? How do I speak to myself in times of success and failure? Swimming in the cold waters of the Elbe River in winter is not just cold and frightening. It is also a mirror of how I deal with external stress, something I cannot change. How can I find peace and tranquility in all that coldness, and how can I naturally elevate myself to euphoric states? Ultimately, all those tools are so much more than they claim to be. Dance is no longer just dance for me, it's a part of the journey to myself. Seeing the people I work with and those who take advantage of my offerings change, find courage and establish a connection with themselves. And that is what inspires me every day to continue on my own path. And now, I have so much less fear. That was my first step towards change. And all I've done here is this. I tried. And you can try too, in your own way.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We were super lucky with the weather. This whole project was just like a continuous evolution of ideas. We just went with the flow. I'm super happy and I hope you liked it, and hopefully we'll write our next chapter together. Bye bye.